want to see a bigger impact right from the beginning, you can just go ahead and get rid of half to start off with, because if you're really embracing minimalism, you will probably get rid of more than half. Hi guys, welcome back to Evan and Evergreen. My name is Evan and I share videos about minimalism and decluttering. Today I wanted to share with you guys the 2 strategies that I recommend when people are getting started with minimalism. I'm in a couple of minimalism groups on Facebook, and in these groups, a lot of questions come through from people who are just starting out with minimalism, and they want to know how they can make a really big impact from the get-go. So the 2 suggestions that I usually offer are, number 1, get rid of half, and then number 2, which really mostly applies to clothing, is the rule of 7. So let's talk about the idea of getting rid of half first. It's very much what it sounds like. So you would take any given group of items in your home, count them up, and just let go of half of them. This might sound drastic for some people, but for people who really want to embrace the minimalist lifestyle, it's a really good jumping off point. It's going to create a really big impact, and you're going to start seeing a lot of the benefits of minimalism. People, if they have kind of like an average American lifestyle, they're really going to have a lot of excess in their house. And if you really want to venture into minimalism, most people are going to end up with less than half of what they started off with. A lot of people talk about the onion method, where you go through your whole house and declutter in layers. So you might start in one room, work through that, and then in another room, and then just continue the process throughout the whole house. And that would be your first layer. So then when you go back to the place where you started and do another pass of decluttering, that would be your next layer. So this is a perfectly fine way to do it. But if you want to see a bigger impact right from the beginning, you can just go ahead and get rid of half to start off with, because if you're really embracing minimalism, you will probably get rid of more than half in the end. Most numbers that I see people refer to is that they've gotten rid of about 80% of everything that they had while embracing a minimalist lifestyle. So what I really recommend with this method is go through, each of your categories, reduce by half. And then once you do all of that, come back with fresh eyes and reduce it by half again. And when I say categories, I'm not talking about specific categories like in the KonMari method, but you might start with one cabinet in your kitchen that has one type of dishes. It might be like all of your plates are in one cabinet, and then all of your pots and pans are in another cabinet. So if you can gather up all of your plates together, count them, and then cut that number in half, then you would be doing this method. And a good thing about it too is that you're not having to pull everything out of your cabinets. You're not emptying the contents of your whole entire kitchen and pantry like onto your table and in your dining room and on your counters and everything like that. You're just kind of going piece by piece. So you would do like all of your plates at once, all of your bowls at once, all of your glassware at once, all of your mugs, etc. Then you would do, all of your pots and pans, your baking dishes, and then just go category by category like that. And then you don't have to overwhelm yourself by trying to do the whole entire kitchen at one time in one go and like making a mess and creating extra stress that, you might not have the capacity to deal with. You can still take it in little bite-sized chunks while moving forward at a pretty good pace and really making an impact and a difference. The other strategy that I recommend is the rule of 7. This really applies mostly to clothing. I see a lot of questions come across the minimalism groups that I'm in about clothes and how many pieces people should have. You can really tailor this to yourself, your lifestyle, your climate, your habits. It might differ on how often you do laundry, if you have access to laundry in your home, or if you have to go to a laundromat, just what your laundry routine is to begin with. So with the rule of 7, for some people who really are super minimal, they have access to laundry and they do laundry pretty often, and they're not really interested in style and clothing and things like that. They might embrace 7 pairs of pants, period. Or they're coming from a place where they have so many clothes and so many different hats that they wear in life. Like maybe they have to have dressy pants for the office and things like this, or maybe they just really like style and fashion. So for this type of person, they can still apply this rule of 7. So instead of just 7 pants, they might have 7 pairs of jeans, 7 pairs of office pants, 7 pairs of yoga pants, 7 pairs of sweatpants, or I don't know what like the other types of styles of pants people might enjoy having are. But also, if it's coming from a place where it's someone that has even more clothing to begin with, and then they could never imagine only having 7 pairs of jeans, then it might be 7 pairs of black jeans, 7 pairs of like ripped jeans. You can really use this rule of 7 and tailor it to your lifestyle and what you already have existing in your closet. So one person might be happy to have 7 dresses all together, while someone else might need 7 cocktail dresses, 7 formal gowns, 7 sundresses, 7 dresses that they can wear to like an office situation. It really applies itself well to tailoring it to what your needs are and what you already have existing in your wardrobe. So this number of 7 is not to say you should only have 7 shirts, or you can't be a minimalist, or you should only have 7 shirts because Evan on YouTube said that that's what you should have. It's not that at all. It's just a guide and a reference point for when you really want to get started. So if you go into your closet and you see that you have 35 sweaters and you say, okay, well, I have my cardigans and then my pullovers. So then you could divide them further by that and then use your rule of 7 to say, okay, well, I'm going to aim to have 7 heavier sweaters and 7 cardigans. And if you don't actually reach that number of 7, that's totally fine. It's just a guide, it's just a reference point. And if you have less than that, that's fine too. It's just a tool to calibrate and have something to refer to, not kind of like lost out in the wilderness by yourself and just trying to be like, do I like this? Do I not like this? Have I worn this? Da 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 da. And I mean, that can work too. But if you're struggling and you really want to make an impact, I have found that having concrete numbers really has helped me. So when I was decluttering with the goal of minimalism in mind, I decluttered pretty regularly and pretty often. And I would do a declutter and I'd feel really good. And then a couple of days later, I would just feel like, oh, I still have like too much stuff around me. It felt like dissonance. It felt like noise. And I would declutter and it would feel like clear. Like, you know, if you're playing a note and it sounds the way it's supposed to, it would be like that. But then after a few days, it would have like this dissonance to it where it just wasn't quite right. So anyway, the point is to say I would give myself a number, usually around 5, and I would go through each drawer and I would be like, okay, I'm gonna look for 5 things in this drawer to pull out, and I would go drawer by drawer with that concrete number in mind, and that always worked really good for me. Okay, so these are my daughter's dresses that she has in her dresser, which is actually a cube shelf. She has a couple more hanging up on hangers in my bedroom. So let me see here how many she has in her drawer. And these are more like everyday type dresses. Some of the fancier like party type dresses are hanging up. So that's 1. This is her favorite dress. 2, 3, and 4. Actually, I had wanted to put this in with our Christmas stuff. I'm not sure if it's going to fit her next year. I wanted to put it in the Christmas stuff, but she didn't want me to. She wanted me to leave it in her drawer, so I did. So that's 4 dresses and a skirt. Okay, so she's got 4 in here. She has 1 hanging up right now. I'm trying to get the wrinkles out of it, but it does go in here. So that's 5. And then I think she has 3 party type dresses hanging up in the closet. So that's 8. So she has 8 dresses. And honestly, that's probably, since I did that last declutter last week of her dresses, this is probably like the least amount that she's ever had. It's about half full. And when I decluttered it, I think it was pretty much to the top. And I'm just curious, this is her shirt box or drawer. These are actually dresses, but I wanted to include them with her shirts because I'm trying to get her to wear more dresses. So I wanted to take out some of the shirt options and just have these in here for her to wear like over leggings. And if we're really using the method that I had talked about, I would divide these into long sleeve and short sleeve. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 long sleeve and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5 long sleeve and 6 short sleeve. And some of these shirts in here can be used as an undershirt if it's a colder day, and some of these are for layering. Where I live, we're in kind of like a weird time of year right now. It could be warming up a whole bunch, or we could get another cold snap where it's like freezing cold again. So we don't really know, but pretty soon here it'll be like super duper hot, and all these long sleeve things will be a thing of the past or just a memory. I hope you guys got some value from this video today about the 2 suggestions that I offer when someone is starting off on the road to minimalism. Once again, they are get rid of half and the rule of 7 for clothing. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you have any videos that you would like to see me make, please let me know. And if you've watched this video all the way to the end, leave your favorite emoji in the comment section, and I'd love to hear any comments that you guys have. Hopefully they are kind. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great week. Bye.